Hey guys, what's going on? It's Craft Battle Duty with my showcase of the 2.3 Pixelmon mod that came out literally a couple hours ago, and I'm just trying to rush this little showcase for you guys because you guys asked for it yesterday in my comments, so we're going to go through that, but first we're going to go through all the new models and all the retextured models. Okay guys, kicking the new models off with Lickitung, we have its normal model, which is actually pretty good, and its shiny model, which is pretty weird. It's all yellow. It's going to be pretty cool. And it's set to spawn at a rarity of 30 and in the plains. So that's Lickitung. Okay guys, next up we have Rhydon. This is its new model. It's the evolution of Rhyhorn. It looks really cool. So that's its normal model. And over here is its shiny model. It's got a little nice green tint to it. It looks pretty good. And it's set to spawn at a rarity of 40 in the extreme hills. So that's Rhydon. Okay guys, next up we have Dewgong, Dewgong? I don't know. But it does not have a current shiny sprite, but it will spawn at a rarity of 40 in the tundra biome in the water. So that's Dewgong. Very nice model. Okay guys, next up we have Parasect, which has a really cool animation with its hands. Looks kind of creepy. But that's its normal model, and this is its shiny model with a slightly yellow tint. And it was coming in at a rarity of 125, so it'll be quite common in the swampland biomes. Okay guys, next up we have one of my personal favorites for this update, which is Poliwrath, which unfortunately does not have a shiny texture at this stage, but just look at him, he looks awesome. It's very HD, looks awesome, and if you, just for the crack, look at this. Look at the comparison in quality between Poliwhirl and Poliwrath. But as you can see here, it does not have an actual rarity. It's actually -1, which means it does not spawn, and the only way to get it is a water stone on Poliwhirl. So that is Poliwrath. Okay guys, so next up we have Kangaskhan, which has a really good model in my opinion. Even got the little Joey in the pouch. Nice little Australian Pokemon, little kangaroo. But that's Kangaskhan's normal form, and this is its shiny, which has got a little green head. It looks like even the Joey has a, little green thing on his head, so that's a cool little shiny model there. And it is going to have a rarity of 30 in the plains biome. So that's Kangaskhan. To finish off all the newest Pokemon, I'd like to end it with Mewtwo. This is its normal model. As you can see, it looks awesome. It spawns in at level 80, which is quite high. And this is its shiny one, so I'm glad we got a shiny Mewtwo. Nice little green tail. But it does not spawn. So I don't know if it's planned to up for the next update or something, but at the moment, guys, it can only be brought in by /Pokespawn. So we'll see what they do with that next update. Okay guys, so that's all the new Pokemon models in the game. Now I'm going to go over and showcase all of the updated textures and models. Okay guys, to kick off the updated textures and models, we're going to start things off with Charmander, which looks a lot better than what it did previously. Previously I used to call it like the little Blockamander because it was just some blocks put together. But this is a lot better, and it's got a nice little flame animation just like it used to. And yeah, so that's Charmander, and this is its shiny one, which looks just as good. And it's nice and gold just like it should be. So that's both of those, and if you guys didn't know and you want to catch him this update, he can be found with a rarity of 10 in Extreme Hills, or you can get him as a starter Pokemon. So that is Charmander. Okay guys, so next up we have Porygon, which looks much better than it did last update. I didn't really think it needed an update, but there we go. It looks a lot more like it is in the game. So that's the normal version of Porygon. And this is the shiny version, which looks awesome. I like that bright blue in the middle. It looks awesome. I like that one a lot. But unfortunately, Porygon will not spawn. This is currently just a thing at the moment where they're working on a little thing for it. But at the moment, you can only get him by Pokespawn. But anyway, that was Porygon's updated model. Okay guys, so next up for updated animations and models is Fearow. So as you can see now, it flaps its arms and now floats in the air. And it also has a shiny. It previously did not have a shiny, it was untextured. So this is the Fearow, what it looks like shiny. It looks really cool in my opinion. And yeah, so you can find him this update in the plains with the rarity of 75. That shiny Fearow is gone, but that was the updated Fearow. Okay guys, so the next updated texture and model is Gastly, which is one of my personal favorites for this update. It looks a lot better than it previously did. It's got a nice HD ball round, and it's got this nice little particle effect. And you can come over to its shiny, which has a nice blue particle compared to the purple. It looks really good, and I think this one was very well done, this Gastly. So that was that updated one, and if you want to find in this update, he can be found in the Taiga biomes with a rarity of 150, so he's not too hard to find. So yeah, that's Gastly, everyone. Okay guys, next up we have Oddish, which is another retextured model, so you can have a look at him here. I'll try to get a better look. That is Oddish. He looks a lot better than he did last update, and here is his shiny one, just a bit greener. Looks awesome, and if you want to find him this update, you can find him in the jungle with a rarity of 200, so he's not too hard to find. So that is Oddish. Okay guys, next up for remodeled and retextured Pokemon is Venusaur, who wouldn't fit in my little pen, but this is the updated texture for him. Currently he doesn't have leaves underneath his flower, but that's good. I think one of the model coders is actually working on like a cool little animation for it, but that's Venusaur as it is this update. And here is its shiny, nice colours, looks awesome, much better than the previous Venusaur. I mean, the last Venusaur looks like it had like eyes that were just the eyes, oh my god. But that is Venusaur. He will not spawn just like regular third Evo Pokemon, so that is Venusaur. Okay guys, before we end this updated section of the models, I want to finish it off with these couple of shinies. So last update there were a lot of shinies that didn't work in the game. They had like a little thing over them, it was grey, and they just weren't textured right. So this is a Primeape shiny. We got Shellder, which is actually a pretty funny story. Its actual texture just had a wrong capital in its name, so it didn't link up, so it's Shellder. There's also a couple more, I don't want to go through them, the Seaking, stuff like that, but the ones that I do want to go through are legendary bird shinies. Now Zapdos looks a bit weird. I don't even know if a shiny Zapdos is meant to be red, but that's a shiny Zapdos. And of course we have an Articuno, which looks, I reckon he's one of my favorites out of the shinies, like a nice white bird. He looks sick. And of course we have Moltres, which looks pretty good. I mean, Zapdos is the one that I reckon I would hate the most because it just looks silly. But that was the updated section of the shinies. If there was a shiny in the update that wasn't previously there, there's a good chance it's there. Just a couple off the top of my head. You got Seaking, Marowak, Clefable, Clefairy. They're all done now, so that's good to hear. And we'll move on to the next part of the mod. Okay, so in terms of the new update, that was all of the models that are new and or changed. Now I'm going to go over the new features. Okay guys, so the first feature I want to show you today is the new surfing riding, which works just like riding before, except you actually have the speed increase on water when you use certain Pokemon. So I've got Lapras out here for example, and as you can see, when I hit the water, I go a lot faster. This is going to be really cool for single player, and there's also a whole different mechanic in the riding. As you can see, Lapras sort of drifts when I ride it. So like if I go around here, I can just be like, oh, drifts on the Lapras. But this is definitely one of the things that I want to keep and put on the server to make it more immersive. But hopefully it works for servers, but for single player at least, it is very smooth, as you can see. And yeah, so now I'm going to touch over on the new riding mechanics in the just normal ones like Rapidash and flying. So here we go. Okay guys, now I'm going to show off what flying is like in the latest update. But before I do that, I just want to point out that all the Pokemon in general walk and move around a lot faster than they used to. They were doing it just before, but they're probably not going to do it again because I'm recording and that would be convenient. But this Numel was just zipping around very fast, and it's just something to look out for. Pokemon might be a bit harder to catch, especially if you're just chucking balls at them, because they're just zip. Look, Lunatone's doing 360s and all. But anyway, on to flying. So this might actually correlate with that in that it runs super fast. You ready? Are you ready for this? I'm just gonna walk forward. I literally tapped the button. It is super sensitive. Ready? This is my little runway to get up to the platform. Ready? What? How fast was that? It actually goes faster on the ground than it does in the air. So that's just something to look out for, and we'll get up here. But pretty much it's like the other one that has a bit of a drift to it now. As you can see, it like sort of drifts, but it's really good. And already I'll land. Where's a good place to sprint? I reckon just on these desert flats. You can see that it will just go really fast. Ready? Here we go. And landing, and landed. Look at him go. Oh, that's because he got a bit of air then. Oh, come on. I wanted to show off my piloting skills. And hits the ground and just goes super fast. So that's just something to look out for, and I think it depends on what Pokemon. I think Archeops is just like one of the fastest there, so that's just something to look out for, but that is flying in the newest update. Let's get on to the next feature. Okay guys, the next feature I'm going to show you guys today is the Pokemon rods. So just like the games, if you remember, they have the fishing rods that you can use to catch fish and other sea Pokemon. So I'm going to show you how to craft a old rod. You need 3 sticks, a string, and a Pokeball. Put it in, and there you go. There's your old rod. Now, just like fishing, from what I've noticed, there is an increase if you do it when it... Oh, and there you go. Exclamation mark. And there you go. We got ourselves a Magikarp. So it's just like that, guys. I'll show you guys the other ones, but I think that the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one only gives Magikarp, just like the other one. But let's go grab ourselves the other rods. So, rod. There is the good rod and the super rod. So let's try the good rod. I'm pretty sure on the super rod you can get a Dratini. So that's quite interesting. It's still a Magikarp. And there is a bit of a glitch at the moment with the string, but I think that's going to be patched later on. It's just like a little bit glitchy. But let's see what we get from the Masters. I think you can get up to Seadras and Slowpokes and all those other ocean spawning Pokemon. But with the convenience of a rod. Oopsie, I got myself a Krabby, it seems. Yep, I got myself a Krabby. How about that? So this will be really good fun on servers. We can put these in the shops. And what are you doing, Krabby? You're moving so fast. But yeah, so that's fishing rods, guys. Moving on to the next feature. Okay guys, another really cool feature I'd like to show you guys is the running shoes. So you can put these on. There's 2 variants, the old and new running shoes. And when you put them on, you get a permanent stat boost in speed. So the old running shoes give you a speed boost of just normal speed potion permanently, and the new running shoes give you a permanent speed boost of speed 2, which is like the next tier, which is just as fast. I think this is really cool. It's a nice little idea, and yeah, so it's interesting how these work. I do not know how to craft them at this stage, but at least for servers, I think we can put these in the shops and stuff, so that's really cool. So that is the running shoes. Okay guys, so another really cool feature I'd like to show you guys is the boss Pokemon in this update now have colored models. So as you can see here, Pidgey's blue boss, it's blue, red, and yellow. This will be really good trying to spot out those boss Pokemon from the crowd. Like, you'd have to walk right up to them to see their names. I really like this update, and you can actually spawn boss Pokemon yourself now with just the simple command of Pokespawn, and you just type in boss 1, 2, or 3 if you want to spawn in a boss. That was a example of a legendary Pidgey or a yellow Pidgey. So that's the new feature for bosses. Okay guys, for the last segment and feature of the showcase, I'm going to show off the last new feature, and that is generated structures. So this is just one of the examples. There are a lot more, but I'm going to let you guys try and find a couple of those on your own. This is one of the Poke Centers, so you got your own healers. I highly suggest, like from the get-go of the start of the survival series, you find a generated structure, because it'd be really good to just not have to find those diamonds and play Pokemon a bit more, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this is just one. You can get a trading machine in here, which is good because they're not actually craftable, I think. I'm not too sure, I haven't really tried. But yeah, so this is a generated structure, and I think we'll end the showcase of the mod there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. If you did, don't forget to leave a like below, and I'll see you guys next time for more Pixelmon videos. See you then.